right, Cherry City's got Ferris Wheels jamming. Rockin' City's got H, and Ferris Wheels is out quick, his lead jammer. Big hits by these skaters. And we are watching this pack get stretched out. Good track awareness by our skaters trying to maintain the pack, make sure we're all within a playing distance from one another. 4 points on the board for Cherry City and Ferris. We've got a Rockin' blocker headed to the box. Ferris is coming around for another scoring pass, but we've got the Rockin' City jammer that's rejoined and is out on their initial pass. Cherry City calls the jam. Cherry City increasing their lead to 13 points here. And if the microphone did not pick up out on the track, for those of you watching at home, earlier the official review was looking for a reversal of the cut track call on the Rockin' City jammer, and that call was overturned. However, the jammer did remain seated for a forearm. So Rockin' City does have their official review. They also have Mattiator wearing the star for Rockin' City. Payback is your jammer and your lead jammer for Cherry City. And Rockin' City's jammer, Mattiator, just picked up a high block and is on their way to the box, while Payback scoots through for another 4 points. Oh, that is the recycle for Payback. I know that feeling. Slowing down the speed with which they're adding points to the board on this power jam here. And a forearm call sends Mr. G to the penalty box. Payback scoots out with another 4 points. Rockin' City did a good job making fight for those 4 points. And Payback through two with a nice footwork on the outside edge.
Perfect. I think I'm just going to stop trying to read that so much because I'm like getting distracted.
And you have coaching ability, like call what you're saying, and I can keep an eye
on names and stuff because I'm like, I think that's why I'm not talking. Anyways,
it's really tough. You watch the track and you talk about what you see on the track. The one thing you want to watch out for is like if you see a track, don't call it out. If we were on streaming only, you could.
Yes.
But they could hear that and get an advantage. So that's the one thing we watch out for.
Oh, and some fast work to make sure that we have the right skaters on the track at the right time. And with the start, we have Intoxiscape for Cherry City, but in the lead position, it is H for Rockin', and Cherry City Intoxiscape is right behind them, coming in on their initial pass. That was an apex attempt, not completed, and H says, I'm done here. Solid effort by Bruce Wayne, keeping the track clear. If you want to be one of the people in charge wearing black or stripes, all you need to do is reach out to your local juniors or adult roller derby team. They will train you for the job. Rockin' City rolling back. All right, we've got June's Addiction going up against Ferris Wheels. June's Addiction tried some fancy footwork jumping that outside line and just barely missed, but is now out as your lead jammer. And Cherry City is right behind them on their initial. And there's that completed apex jump. Beautiful. Nice work by June's Addiction there. Rockin' City recycles. Ferris still trying to fight their way out and is out and picked up 4 points for Cherry. Saw a big hit back there by Cherry City's Jules Byrne. Oh, and Rockin' City, June's Addiction is in the penalty box, giving Cherry City a power jam. Fighting at the front, Rockin' City's doing a good job, but they are out and 4 more points are picked up for Cherry City. Oh, we love to see that spin move. All of the skaters skating backwards, trying to hit sooner. It does not slow down Ferris Wheels. Another 4 points on the board. Ferris wheels. I love seeing that. Oh, and that looks like June's Addiction trying to take the outside. Well, Ferris does an apex jump and picks up another 4 points. We've got June's Addiction right behind, adding 4 points for Rockin City. These skaters are playing this game hard and fast. That is the recycle for Ferris by 0-8. The man. We are stringing our blockers along. 4 more points picked up by June's Addiction and 4 more points by Ferris. Hearing whistles. I know folks are going to the penalty box. As of right now, we've got... we are going to start the next jam with 2 blockers in the box for each team, and we are also going to have a timeout. Looks like a 26-27 point jam. Zero Miscreant wearing the star for Cherry up against Mr. G. And we've got Mr. G out as your lead jammer. And big hit on the outside on Miscreant. Big hit back up, legal hit. And Mr. G, no, that's not Mr. G, is that H? With the big hits.
Yeah.
And H is setting the tone for his team. You gotta set the tone. As a reminder, this is full contact derby. There are rules about where and when you can hit someone, but these skaters are very athletic and they do expect these big hits. Mr. G scoots through, picks up 4 more points. We're watching Rockin City set up that offense. Hit attempt by Cherry, but Mr. G is through for another 4 points. Mr. G already 16 points on the board, narrowing that gap to 14 with 36 points, 36 seconds left now. Mr. G picking up another 4 points, bringing this jam to 20 points. And we've got Miscreant fighting hard up against that solid Rockin' Dice. Good hustle by the red jammer there. That tripod is kind of immovable. Miscreant resetting, getting recycled a little bit, resetting, pushing on that seam, and the seam refuses to give. In the meantime, Mr. G coming up against some hard defense by Cherry. And we've got 218, Jules Burns denying Mr. G on the outside.
What's that? Natural. Wait, you haven't announced it all. You're natural. Thanks.
I hope. I'm trying not to be like, oh, you're standing.
That's my mistake.
Yeah.
All right, June's Addiction wearing the star in this. Looks like a 17-point game now up against Payback for Cherry City. Our blockers getting spread out. At some point, they're not going to be allowed to play. Good listening by those blockers. Payback muscles their way out of the pack and picks up lead jammer. But June's Addiction is fighting hard up against a solid Cherry wall to the beat, and they're out for their initial. All of our blockers get about a second and a half to catch their breath before Payback is back in the mix. Now we are sending the... Mr. H is on the way to the penalty box. Oh, that was a very impactful jam. Only 4 points on the board for each team. We're going to start with a slight advantage here for Cherry City. That pivot H in the penalty box. And Mediator is going to go up against Ferris Wheel for Cherry. Both
Jammers hitting solid walls right on top of each other. There's a lot of shuffling. Oh, and rewarded. We've got Madiator out as our lead jammer, but Ferris Wheel's right behind him. It looks like Madiator's been assessed a cut. Yeah, Madiator's been assessed a cut track. That was a great hit by 03 for Cherry, collateral damage. And Ferris is through for another 4 points. And Ferris calls it off. That is going to strand Madiator in the penalty box. We're going to start Jam 15, Jam 14, just kidding, on the Power Jam for Cherry City. Choices like that make a huge effort when the score is only 24 points. We have seen that achieved in a single jam. Not sure how much time the jammer has left in the box, but it's a good strategy to ice the jammer and give you just that little moment to do some, get your team out, possibly pick up lead. And Oliver Twisted wearing the star. New jammer for Cherry City. We have not seen Oliver with the star yet. Oliver trying to capitalize on that power jam, but Madiator is back on the track, coming around on the inside, shoved out, recycled. Meanwhile, Oliver Twisted still caught at the back of the pack with another recycle. Pack is starting to string out a little bit now. There's some bridging. Madiator's fighting hard at the front, but Cherry is denying pass. Wow, that was beautiful defensive work. Often when a no pack is called, that gives the jammer that's ahead the opportunity to break through, as the blockers do have to go backwards to stop to maintain the pack. However, in this case, the Cherry blockers were actually able to push the jammer back some. And we've got Cherry City picking up lead jammer, and Rockin City's Madiator is in the box. Cherry not only with lead jammer, also with a power jam and a pack advantage. Oliver's going to put 4 on the board. Oliver taking a running start, trying to speed past the blockers. They are denied and do get recycled. The jam's over with another 4 points on the board for Cherry City. 8 points total. 9 on the board this time for Rockin City. Score still within spitting distance. 32 points. Our penalty box is empty. Both teams at full power here on the track. June's Addiction wearing the star for Rockin City. Ferris Wheel for Cherry. In this case, Ferris Wheel is out first. June's Addiction trying to find that opening, looking on the inside, down to a single blocker. Really great lateral work, and does take an additional hit by, looks like, number 1, Mini Mart. Doing our call off before any points can get scored from Ferris. Got 4 points going up on the board for Cherry City.
How many skaters does Cherry have? They have like 12 skaters. I got a short roster.
Fighting. A lot of fight. Love to see it. Both packs jostling a little bit for position. Payback is going to be your Cherry City jammer up against Mr. G. Payback slightly ahead. Mr. G coming around on the inside, trying to stay in track. We've got a Rockin City blocker picking up a multiplayer block, and we've got both jammers out now right off top of each other. Little jammer on jammer defense is going to slow Payback down. That's going to give Mr. G the opportunity to hit that pack ahead. 1-8 for Cherry City. Intoxicate with another big hit. We've been seeing huge hits from Intoxicate. Rockin City puts 3 points on the board that jam. And 2 points for Cherry City.
Didn't know.
Cherry's going to start with a pack advantage. We've got 2 blockers for Rockin City in the box. Oliver twisted. A little jammer on jammer action in the back. We love to see it. I'm back. Oh, look at it. Are we going to eat the baby? We are. Are we? Are we? It's part of my announcer bingo. We almost saw it 2 games ago, and a pack is skating ahead. Nothing is compelling June's addiction to skate here. And Oliver's not moving into it. No lunch for you, June's addiction. That baby doesn't want to be ate. This game has everything. Pack staying stationary. Little motion out of the jammers. Oh, and there we go. June's addiction does give in. Back on the track and moving. That's going to give Oliver Twisted the chance to get on the board and acquire the lead. As you can tell, the audience is thrilled about this. Cherry City at the century mark. Oliver may not have been ate as the baby, but definitely picked up a snacky as lead jammer. Oh, stringing those blockers out, covering about a third of the track at this point, but all still, was it legal? I haven't heard any destructions. There is the destruction call from Space Racer.
So I kind of botched it there. I just didn't hypothesize about what.
Yep. I cut myself off earlier because I started talking about my I was like, cover.
Got a blocker for each team in the box right now, so we're going to start with 3 packs on the floor.
That was an exciting jam. Ended up with only 3 points on the board for Cherry City, but man, we got our money's worth, didn't we? Ferris wheel in the star for Cherry City up against I think that's 8008, Mr. G. And Mr. Sorry.
No, I think it's
Mr. G, I think that's
8008.
Mr. G with lead jammer status. And through for 4 points there. Ferris wheel with the recycle.
Oh, hitting that pack hard. Mr. G and Ferris, little blocker, jammer block in there, but Mr. G still sneaks out and picks up 4 points.
Good toe stop work there. Picking in and getting the leverage to skate through on the inside, or hop through as it were.
Rockin City's put up a pretty strong wall here, keeping Ferris in the back, fighting hard to get out.
That is Obliviate just with full track coverage as a single skater. And Mr. G thought that she would get through on the inside, did get slowed down with a thrown hip, but through for 4 points on the board. This has been a 16-point jam so far for Mr. G. We are within 22 points now, closing that gap.
Ooh, sneaking around the outside and grabbing some points before calling the jam. Maybe?
I saw points called. I saw points. I saw points called. I thought I did. No?
16 unanswered points for Mr. G that jam. Collateral damage with the star for Cherry City up against June's Addiction. Oh, June's Addiction found that opening immediately on the inside. No opposition there.
We've got a Rockin City blocker on their way to the box.
I think that was for a multiplayer.
Collateral damage is out on their initial. But June's Addiction sneaks through and grabs 4 points. Right before Cherry could grab any points.
Great track awareness by June's Addiction there, paying attention to points that were about to be scored.
Looks like Cherry's going to be starting with a slight pack advantage again. 4-3. We've got one blocker for Rockin City visiting our NSOs in the penalty box. Some jostling around, but Ferris Wheels comes out with lead jammer. Mr. G pushing up ahead, but not through yet. Meanwhile, Ferris gets recycled. Long path back. We've got skaters will pile up in the middle there. I hear whistles, but I'm not sure who's going to the box. I see a cut track being assessed on the jammer. We are in a power jam situation for Ferris Wheels. With the game this close, those power jams really make a difference. A single skate on the outside gets Ferris through. Ferris is skating a power jam right now with a pack advantage as we have a blocker in the box also. Fighting past that 3-wall and picks up 4 points. Skaters are hitting, skaters are sitting. And the high block is assessed on a Cherry City blocker.
Oh, and that call off at that moment, it looks like we did have one Rockin City blocker release, but we will start this second half. We're back to Derby.
Heidi used to ref. All right, and that long whistle means start of Derby. Little love from Lala, loving all of our medics volunteering here today, and every other volunteer that's making this event happen. And we are loving our jammer has got his collateral damage for Cherry City, Mr. G for Rockin City. Cherry City's out as lead jam. Rockin City's fighting through a hard pack. Ooh, and an apex jump, picking up 4 points for Cherry City.
We love to see it. It's on my bingo card. I'm still looking for a classic whip to fill my bingo card out, but I've got 3 more games to announce, so I'm sure I will find one.
Love a good whip.
Oh, we are holding Ferris up. Ferris with 4 points on the board already, but getting strung along by that Rockin City defense. Sent to the back, almost a third of a track from where Mr. G is. Mr. G through with the initial.
Mr. G had to fight for that one. We had, I believe, number 3, Ferris Wheels. No? Who was that? Cherry City blockers putting up a good fight.
Total of 7 points on the board for Ferris this round. Second jam of the game, we've got Payback in the star for Team Red.
What a score of Cherry City with 122, Rockin City 85. Still a very close game.
We have seen a 28-point jam this game, so, or some game. Might not have been this one. So it is totally possible to overcome that in just a couple of jams. We'll see what June's Addiction can do for Rockin City. Direction of play, penalty called on 42, I think. Silly goose.
Rockin City picks up lead jammer.
Silly goose.
It's June's Addiction. Coming around on the outside again, 1 to beat. And he's through and picks up 4 points, but Cherry City is right behind them out on their initial.
Payback with that star cover off. You can complete your initial pass. That is the first pass through the pack of blockers, after which you can begin scoring. You can do that without the star on your helmet, but in order to score points, you have to have the star showing with at least 3 points well displayed on that helmet. Midnight Smack, I believe, is jamming for the first time.
I believe so.
For Cherry City, Mr. G with the star for Rockin. The Rockstars are down a blocker, but that is not going to stop number 1, H, from throwing some incredible defense. Holy smokes, we've seen big hits from H.
Mr. G flies out as your lead jammer, but we've got Cherry City's Midnight Smack right behind.
And And it looked like Midnight Snack might have been searching for that inside lane possible apex jump, but denied by the Cherry defense. Trying the outside this time. Both teams, those blockers, are putting down some pretty serious hits on these jammers, making them work for it. But it looks like we've got Mr. G heading to the box, giving Midnight Snack on Cherry City the advantage with the power jam. I think I miscalled the jammers earlier. That's all right, though. Oh, we got that tripod reforming in the I can't talk, ahead of the pack. Forcing a recycle on Midnight Snack. We're going to stretch all the way back. Midnight Snack with the power jam time to burn through, trying to put some points unanswered on the board. Mr. G's out of the penalty box now, has rejoined the pack. Number 4-2 with Rockin City. That's Silly Goose. It's a nice job of denying the jammer, taking him out on the inside. Another run back on the Cherry City jammer. Ooh, Mr. G striving on the inside. And Mr. G through 4 points on the board for Rockin City. We are at 29 point differential. We've got Cherry City blocker visiting the NSOs in our penalty box. Do we have any sponsors for the penalty box? We do not have any sponsors for the penalty box as of right now. However, you can certainly reach out, and every time a skater is sent to the penalty box, you can hear your beautiful, beautiful business name. And so could the rest of our followers in audience and on the live stream. If you're interested in any kind of sponsor, you can sponsor our penalty box. You can sponsor the start line. You can sponsor an apex jump. This is true. Just reach out to info@jcityboard.com. Yeah, you could possibly sponsor lead jammer. Then you'd hear your name all of the time. Oh. And your lead jammer is Ferris Wheels for Cherry City. Ferris Wheels calling it after putting 3 points on the board for Cherry City unanswered. By Rockin, we have a team timeout now. There we go, and that rolling whistle means that's the end of timeout. Letting you know that pretty soon we'll hear that 5 seconds. Both teams getting into position. Bruce Wayne on the third game of his night tonight. Jam timing. Love to hear that cheering, and it is June's Addiction out first, out fast for a lead. Quick work on the outside there. Payback, your Cherry City jammer getting recycled. June's Addiction fighting with one blocker to go at the front. Little stumble, but is out and picks up 4 points. That looked like 1-8. Intoxicate has been coming out with the big hits the whole time. And a trip up for June's Addiction, but they are out in front. 2-5 sent to the penalty box for, I think 1 sent to the penalty box for a stop block. June's Addiction coming around on another scoring pass, but we've got the Cherry Blossoms jammer. Ooh, and a hard hit to the back of the pack. I think we've got one direction of play penalty maybe, and then a stop block. All right, our jam is called. Beyond. Rockin City's going to start with a slight pack advantage. Gosh, Cherry City's got 1 blocker in the box. If my math is correct, it is a 25-point game. And as we know, that could change in one jam. Rockin City's jammers fighting hard at the back of that pack, trying to sneak up the inside line. Oh.
gosh. Is successful and picks up lead jammer.
Yeah, Batty really, it looked like Batty was about to get out of there. Batty, I think, first time jamming for Cherry City. And an apex jump attempt for Madiator.
On a power jam. We got the Cherry City jammer in the box.
Yeah,
jostling in the pack right now.
It looked like Batty kind of knew that something was going on and was trying to correct it, just not quickly enough.
We've got 218. Jules Burns going to visit our NSOs in the penalty box.
Oh, it is a penalty box party for Cherry City, and with Cherry City only being down 25 points, that is a change maker for sure, having a power jam and an advantage, pack advantage.
Cherry City's jammer is out now, hitting that pack hard, fighting to get out. We got Rockin City trying to hold it down at the front. 4 more points from Madiator. Batty's fighting hard, getting pushed out in a quick recycle, but right back on their feet.
789
successful and is out on their initial.
789 Smushroom was one of the pivotal defensive players there for Rockin City.
Madiator calls it.
Wow, and a change maker it was. That was a 12-point jam for Rockin City. We're at a 13-point differential here. Looks like we are calling for...
And we got a timeout called by Cherry City.
Yes, the adult game we saw earlier. Really high level of play here. These teams are playing for sanctioned games that have an effect on their rankings in the United States. June's Addiction with the star. Oh, that was a happy face. We love to see it on our juniors. June's Addiction thrilled to be called lead jammer, followed very quickly by Ferris Wheels. Oh, June's Addiction skating on the inside, took 2 blockers down.
And sneaks
Maybe just one blocker down.
Cherry City picks up 1 point before the call off. We got Rockin City picking up 3.
I called the wrong jammer again. 3 games. I said June's Addiction. Yeah. They're in Rockin City, right? Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Starting off Jam 8 with Oliver Twisted wearing the star for Team Red, for Team White. I'd love to tell ya that it is 7-3 June's Addiction. June's Addiction striving against 1-8 Intoxicate.
Oliver picks up lead jammer, but June's Addiction is right on their heels.
Intoxicate really has been the blocker to beat here, causing problems for every jammer.
Oh, little pretzel twist up outside there. Getting everybody untangled, making sure we're okay.
They're young and bendy.
To bounce.
That was a 2-point jam for Cherry City. We are narrowing that gap. As an announcer, I love to see it. Our skaters skate harder the more noise you make, so don't hesitate to cheer after we figure out what's going on the track. The jam was on. The jam is not currently on. Space Racer heading to...
All right, and that rolling whistle means we are back to Derby. Everything squared away with the NSOs and officials.
We do have Mr. G out for the game. And a high block called on the white jammer H. This is going to be a power jam for Ferris Wheels. Ferris Wheels running, jumping, sticking the landing. 4 points on the board for Cherry City.
Yeah, that like little just
I love it when our refs make calls. I can hear that is a low block assessed on 789's Mushroom. rules about where and when we can hit players.
Oh, we had Rockin City get a blocker back from the box only to have another go visit our NSOs in the box. Ferris scoots through and picks up another 4 points. Oh my goodness, and a beautiful duck under on the outside. That is so prevalent in these junior derby events.
It's because they're bendy.
They are bendy. They bounce too.
Oh, they are setting up, Cherry is setting up for that offensive attack there. We do have
fighting at the front.
Pack is spreading out. Ferris is going through 4 more points. This has been a 20-point jam for Ferris Wheels. Starting to spread that difference out a little farther as we send 2 Rockin City blockers to the penalty box at the same time.
Ferris scooting around, picking up another 4 points. Right now we're at a 28-point jam for Ferris.
The Man and Obliviate out on the track for Rockin City. Let's see how... Oh, that looks like a little bit of jammer-on-jammer defense, too.
Absolutely. Rockin City's jammer tried to pop our Cherry City jammer out, but ended up going out of bounds themselves.
Great attempt. We love to see the effort.
Giving Cherry City lead jammer, hitting that pack now again, trying to rack up those points, where Rockin City's jammer is fighting against a solid tripod there at the front of the pack. One left to beat, and Cherry City's Intoxiscate scoots through with another 4 points for Cherry City.
All the way back, all the way back, all the way back.
June's Addiction, yes, is getting recycled to the back.
2-5 Squirrel with that hit there.
Good track awareness from Intoxiscate, barely getting bumped out there on the outside.
Recycles before they pick up the word. Oh, great to-stop word for Cherry's jammer there. Trying to stay in bounds.
June's Addiction pounding on that wall in the back, trying to get through.
Intoxiscate does put 4 more points on the board. I think this is the first time we've seen Intoxiscate jamming. Intoxiscate has been a big hitter for Cherry. Working some of that into...
June's Addiction tries to sneak around the outside, jumps back in the pack, and is fighting their way. He's out on their initial scoring pass now, where we've got Intoxiscate fighting in the back and calling it off after picking up, let's see how many points here.
I saw 218 Jules burn with some good hits there. We are having a late penalty assessed for a direction of play call. It looks like that penalty... Nope. I'm going to tell you at some point what's happening, but not at the moment because it is an official timeout. They keep it secret. Why do you hide things from me, officials? Bruce Wayne with a rolling whistle there. We are about to get ready for play. We have 2 Cherry blockers in the penalty box. The number of times I've said blockers in the box, you would think I wouldn't trip over it, but I do. Jamie Hendricks, new jammer for Rockin City. We have not seen Jamie with the star. We do have Payback wearing the star for red. It is Payback with lead, but Jamie up ahead. They're going fast.
See, both jammers hitting the pack. And Payback calls it off, grabbing 2 points and just in time, denying Rockin City any points on that one.
I've caught myself twice.
No, rules. We haven't seen wearing the star for a while, but donning the star for Cherry City. June's Addiction is your jammer for Rockin. June's Addiction out first with lead. All right, June's Addiction on, toe stops, jumping through. Great effort by Cherry City's 2-8. Jules Burns going after that jammer. I love that last minute effort. And a star pass means that Oliver Twisted is your Cherry City jammer now. Oliver being recycled to the back and coming up against a strong Rockin City four-wall. Ping-ponging. Oh, we hear those whistles. And it looks like that's on 2-18 visiting our NSOs in the box for Cherry City. Possibly a multiplayer there. Well, Oliver Twisted picks up 4 points. Oh, and it looks like June's Addiction was taking their time around the track trying to call it off, but it picked up a cut track. So this jam will go the full 2 minutes. Joined by one of the Rockin City blockers, and we do have a Cherry blocker in the penalty box as well. That means Oliver Twisted has some time in a power jam to make a difference here. We've got a couple blockers scuffling at the back for position there. We love to see it. A little love. We love to see it. Oliver Twist picking up another 4 points for Cherry City. But we've got June's Addiction out of the box. Ooh, and a juke and a jump, fancy footwork to come around and pick up 4 points also. Oop, little team-on-team love. There's Oliver Twist hits the back to the pack, picks up 2 more points for Cherry City before that jam's called.
Yeah, me too. That's why when I started going to the boxing, I was like, I'm pretty sure, was that 3 in one jam that she just had? Yeah. Oh. I was going to say,
Pretty high-scoring jam. We had 14 points on the board for Cherry City, 8 for Rockin City. This is a hard-fought battle. Cherry City with the score advantage, but holy smokes, you guys have seen some serious derby here this game. Official sorting out a few more things as we're wrapping up an official review here. Just an official timeout. Yeah. Official timeout. My bad. All that means is we don't have anything to inform you of. We don't know what's going on. And they won't tell us either. The secrets. All right, Rockin City starting with a slight pack advantage. Cherry City has 1 blocker in the box. I think this is Revolver's first time wearing the star for Rockin City. We love to see new jammers. Revolver pushing on the outside, trying to get through. And a head block assessed on Ferris wheels, meaning the Revolver is on the power jam. Stringing those blockers out, and their team is thrown tragically. Revolvers into the penalty box. Now, we have not seen this game, or actually any game today. That was a little jammer swap. It's really tough to play derby when we don't have jammers on the track. And so when Revolver was sent to the penalty box, they only had to serve the amount of time that the red jammer served. The red jammer was released immediately on white jammer's arrival, and then white jammer only had to serve that amount of time.
I guess when his face got...
Ferris wheels ducking around the outside again, trying to work the outside of that track, but gets bumped out by 88. Goodness, only to be countered by a Cherry City blocker bumping them out. 88 obliviate.
Mushroom trying to hold up that Cherry City Jammer there. And Revolver absolutely in the eternal struggle against a red 2-wall. Almost made it through, but Revolver assessed for a cut track penalty sent to the penalty box. Cherry's on your power jam. Out for 4 more points at the beginning of their power jam here. Got the pivot for Rockin rejoining their pack, so their pack is at full strength now. Oh, but with a duck and a spin by Ferris, picking up 4 more points.
That's fancy.
That is fancy. More of that bendy bouncy.
Cherry City hitting the 2-century mark with a 12, I think it's going to be a 12-point jam for Cherry. 4 points on the board for Revolver there on their first attempt at jamming for the game today.
Both packs will start at full strength with 4 blockers each, but we do have a power jam starting for Cherry City. Looks like Payback is lining up on the jammer line. Oh, and a quick sneak up the inside line, taking lead jammer. Zooming around, trying to take advantage as much as they can of this power jam. Picking up 4 more points, fighting off 1 last blocker at the front of the pack.
Silly Goose has had some great hits. In that case, they were denied by by Payback.
Oh, and we've had a successful helmet cover pass by Rockin City.
Madiator is your new jammer for Rockin.
Picking up another 4 points for Cherry City. It's an 8-point jam for Cherry City, bringing our score to 209 Cherry, 135 Rockin City, and we've got 7 minutes and 45 left of gameplay.
Ferris wheels again with the star for Cherry. June's Addiction, favorite jammer here for Rockin.
With the fancy feet, but just barely clips out on the inside and has to recycle. Still got June's Addiction fighting in the front, but Ferris sneaks through and captures that lead jammer position. With June's Addiction now out of the pack on their initial. And a little hop over the apex there on turn 2. Picking up 4 points for Cherry City before the jam's called.
About 6.5 minutes left on the game clock, but that does not mean we're done with a derby for the day. Yes, you heard it here first. We do have a whole other game coming up. Next is going to be the Arizona All-Stars versus Denver Bruisin' Altitude Adult Derby. Collateral Damage wearing your star for Cherry City against June's Addiction.
June's Addiction fighting in front of that pack. It almost looks like both these jammers are side by side fighting some pretty solid walls.
Cut track assessed on Collateral Damage, Cherry's jammer, which means that June's Addiction has the power jam. 0-8 there. The man trying to throw down some offense.
June's Addiction's out of the pack now as lead jammer. Had some amazing defense by Minimart holding him back, making him really earn that position.
Ooh, 8-8-8, Risky Gamble throwing some shoulders, trying to take down some of Rockin City's blockers. Gosh, and a hit by Risky Gamble. Risky Gamble making the big plays this jam.
June's Addiction picking up 4 points.
5 minutes left. You know these scares are tired, but June says, I have more in me. Successful star pass completed. That means that, I don't know what that means. I mean, I do know what that means.
We're tired too. Not as tired as these guys, but
I was looking at the scoreboard, and I think Risky Gamble became your new jammer, but that's not what it said, and then I got confused.
And it looks like right at the end of the jam there, we have a Rockin City skater assessed a penalty. Going to visit our NSOs and have a quick chat. That means Cherry City will start with a slight pack.
We don't do that anymore. X? No, we don't do that either.
We do TikTok, I think.
Yes.
Jet City has a TikTok.
Jet City has a TikTok.
Very funny.
Mom City has a TikTok. I bet some of these traveling teams also do. Annihilator wearing the star for the first time tonight for Rockin City up against Oliver's Twisted. Oliver's Twisted.
Directional assist on Maddie for Cherry City.
Gosh, great skating by Oliver's Twisted there.
Well, Annihilators fighting that last blocker at the front of the pack. Really working.
Oh my gosh, and I think that is
beautiful footwork. Can't see the number.
It's always Intoxicate.
Yep, I was like, I see pivot. And after hard fought, Annihilator is out on their initial pass. But look at the power jam.
There we go. We've got our team setting up, ready to capitalize on this power jam if needed. Annihilator struggling against those last two jammers. Pack reforms. Reforms against her.
Rockin City trying to give a little assist and O there so you can help take advantage of this power jam.
As 3-9 Revolver stepping into that block.
And once again, number 1-8 Cherry City Intoxicate denied. Our jammer from Rockin City, bringing them all the way back. Drawing the cut track on our 1-4-1 Annihilator, sending Rockin City's jammer to the box, while Oliver Twist sneaks out after hard-fought 4 points.
I think every one of these points has been hard-fought. This has been a phenomenal game. Gosh, look at that tripod. Even with 3 skaters worth, not able to fully break up that tripod.
Both teams putting up ferocious walls, offense and defense.
Wow. 2 points on the board there at the end for Cherry.
Seeing the O, do we have an official review?
We have an official. Good watching.
2 minutes.
Yep, that's an official review. They retained it? If I'm not mistaken, that's their second official review that they've done and retained it.
I think that's the second time they've asked for an official review and retained the review.
Well done.
Good watching, coaches.
Yeah. Never win my official reviews. Ooh, and some quick football by Ferris. Almost called the lead jammer, but outside pack ref said, no, you cut the track.
Now, I think that they were called lead. We'll see in a second. I thought that they were called lead. Meant that
the penalty overrode it, so now we've got Rockin City's Annihilator as our lead jammer. I wasn't quite sure either if they were going to get to keep that lead jammer status or not.
Oh, Annihilator through on the inside quickly. 4 points on the board here for Rockin City.
But Ferris back in action now, already pressing hard.
Tries a little
jammer on jammer action.
The juke, the toe stop, the spin move. This jam has everything. I feel like Stefan, this jam has everything.
And is out on initial, going to grab those first 4 points. Ball off, but did they grab any points before? 2.
Oh gosh, not quite quick enough. Actually 3.
Can't see.
3 on the board for red, 3 on the...
There's our lovely rolling whistle.
Both of our teams at full strength. Jamie Hendricks towing the line for Rockin City. Payback for Cherry.
Both jammers hitting the walls hard. Ooh, and an inside twirl gives our Rockin City Jamie Hendricks the lead jammer position.
Oh, loving the energy coming from the bench coach over there.
Big hit
by number 1, Mini Mart. Not a mini hit.
All right, looks like we have a Rockin skater headed to the box. That'd be Oliver. Gonna go visit our NSOs real quick.
I heard that penalty. That is a forearm call for White 1313. Swift.
We are counting down now. 30 seconds left in this game. Our next jam will start with Cherry City having a pack advantage. And it looks like we have a bit of possibly a full house. But we've got the NSOs calling for an officials timeout now.
As is their right.
We'll just need a little time.
International competition.
Denver was here?
I said Denver, yeah. I like that I said Denver, but then I said Arizona. So one city, one state. It's fine. You know. Jamie Hendricks in the penalty box, which means that Ferris Wheels is your lead jammer out first for Cherry City.
Pack advantage, grabbing those first 4 points, running up that inside line with some assistance.
Ferris was done with the game. The